14 minutes gone past 8 o'clock. Thank you for staying tuned. We're the nation's #1 news talk and sports radio station. My name is Enigma. And this morning I have a guest with me in the studio, a young lady. Her name is Esther Wadike, but on social media, Facebook, that is, she is Esther Chukwuemeka, Chukwuemeka, yes. And she is the youngest lawyer recently called to bar from Ubahu community of Kigwe local government area of Imo State. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we're going to just walk through her journey. I mean, how she got here, and you know what it's going to be looking like for her in coming years. All right, let's start with Esther. Tell us about your early schooling.
Okay, like it is there online. I started my secondary school at the age of 9. So I finished everything and entered the university at the age of 17. It's been a roller coaster, however, but somehow I've been able to walk through. I'm not really the youngest lawyer because there are younger ones.
Yeah, but you're the first from your community.
Particularly, maybe, I'm not very sure. But the thing is, I look younger than my age. So everybody think I'm way
younger.
Yes, that's the thing. So because of I've had a lot of experiences because of my size. Actually, I've had people down talk me that's my academic journey. I've had people down talk me. I've had people do a lot of things. But when they get to know that it's not about the size, it's about what's up there, somehow I get my respect back. So my academic journey has been nice. It's been an experience. It's been an exposure, and that's it basically.
9 years old in secondary school. Were you conscious at that time?
Conscious?
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
Do you think you were mature at that time? What did you? How much of that time do you remember?
I remember a lot.
So how did you get out at age before 9? How did you get out of school before 9?
Okay, how I did that was somehow it was during a holiday, and someone just said, "Try this form, fill this form for us. Let's see what you can do." And I'm like, "For what?" I was in primary 3 at the time.
Okay.
Yes. So I filled the form. I was in my grandma's house. I came home, I filled the form, and then I wrote the common entrance exam, went for the interview in our mama, and then I passed. That's how I went in. It wasn't a conscious decision. It was just.
So what did your parents think about that? From primary 3, you went to secondary school.
I think they were quite confident because they already knew who their daughter is, and they felt, or they were confident that I'll do it, that I can do it. And by God's grace, I didn't let them down. I went through the whole thing. I didn't repeat a class. And somehow, even while in school, they were like our baby, the baby of the school. And so whenever my parents come to see me, they'll be like, "Who are you looking for? Esther, our baby Esther." And they'll come see me.
You're boarding?
Yeah, I boarded. I was
Your parents allowed you to board?
Yes.
From primary 3 to secondary school?
Yes.
Okay, so looking back, did you think it was a bit too early? I mean, you might be totally in love with what you have become, but I mean, looking back, did you think that perhaps you could have gotten there a little later?
No, I don't think so. I think I was there at the right time. Yeah.
So how was secondary school like?
It was, I don't know, it was a journey. Like, it was a whole adventure. It was a whole experience. Okay, from when I was in JS1, I enjoyed a lot of privileges and immunity because I was quite small. I was quite little. I looked like a baby. One day I came home after a while, after my 400 level, and I'm like, I saw my ID card then. I'm like, really? Was this me? I looked so babyish. I was so babyish. And as a result, my seniors then would always exempt me from some sort of punishment. When there is mass flogging, mass punishment, I'll be exempted. When there is, we always have this labor during the weekend where we have to clean up and cut grasses. I don't cut the grass. I just pack the stuff and relax. When they have to send juniors on errands, they don't really send me on tasking errands. Sometimes they just exempt me. So I enjoyed a lot of privileges back then from teachers, from seniors and from my classmates as well. Yeah. So that's the thing. But one thing I didn't really do is I wasn't part of the big league. You know, in school we have categories of people. I wasn't part of the big league because it's quite small. So we're like, oh, shoot, why would you want to tell us? So that's it. It was an experience, yeah. So I remember basically lost everything.
All right, so when you got to JS3, that was the first major exam after the primary 6 exam you wrote. How did that go?
Okay, JS3 exam was just there. We really did. I just had to study and write the exam, waiting for SS1. My major problem then was deciding between studying science and arts, like between choosing the course to study. Yeah, because my parents wanted me to go into science and become a nurse, particularly, but I wanted to be a lawyer.
Why?
Myself.
Why law?
Okay, then I really didn't know. It was just instinctive. Then I really didn't know, but I just wanted to be in the arts class. I just wanted to do law. Okay, a little bit because I wasn't really good in math. I didn't really like mathematics for whatever reason. But if you ask me then, why did you want to become a legal practitioner? I wouldn't give you a reasonable answer. I wouldn't lie to you then. But right now, I think I have a clear view of why I'm in the profession.
Okay, we'd like to hear that now.
Okay. After my school in India, like after my university studies in India, coming back here, I had to compare the growth in India and the economic growth in Nigeria, and the gap was too wide. There were a lot of inadequacies here, irregularities here, especially in our businesses. When you have to talk about our international trade, import and export, we find out that in Nigeria here, we import basically everything. The last time I heard that someone imported pizza or so, I don't know how true that is, but we import even toothpick. It is timber. And it's surprising that we have more resources than many countries, but I don't know why we have to import a lot of things, and we don't even encourage the ones that are right here. Would rather go for the foreign products than the ones that are here. But back there in India, everything, most of what they have is made in India. Yeah. And if you see an imported good, it'll be clearly written imported, and the price will be twice or thrice higher than what we have
that sort of
here.
Discourages people from,
buying from there, because if you're going to import something, or if you're going to buy an imported good, you pay heavy import duty. The tariffs are quite high, and then they encourage exports by giving them, there's this facility called zero tax. When you're exporting from India, you don't really pay any tax, so it's quite easy to push your products outside. Now, if we can inculcate that in Nigeria, it'll help. In law school, we have this, I think in corporate law, so we have this facility called foreign participation. We have this topic, foreign participation, where we have foreign direct investment and foreign portfolio investment. Under foreign direct investment, foreign companies can come into Nigeria and establish whatever it is their companies there. This is what they do in India. There is this, but Suzuki, I think it's an Asian, I think a Korean car brand or so. They had to come down to India to merge with an already existing company, Maruti. So it's called Maruti Suzuki. So when you see the cars there, you see Maruti Suzuki in the cars. Now we have in-house already existing. Why not invite others, or make provisions for a convenient provision for companies outside to come into Nigeria, establish what they have. Now, instead of spending so much importing, we can slash, I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying, the cost of production and a lot of products, patronizing what we have here. We can do more than we are doing already, but there are so many, irregularities. So this is what is pushing me right now.
All right, so you were done in okay, so you can watch live on Facebook with Nigerian for PH. you finished secondary school, you said at age, what age was that now?
15.
15?
Yes. Ma'am.
And it took you 2 years to get into the university? What
yes.
happened? Why that gap?
Okay, first of all, I was trying to get admission into the university. I tried the first time, it didn't work. I tried the second time. All right, they told me I had that I had to get a particular grade in, I think, government or literature. Then I had a D7 or so. But then somehow my father was like, you can do this, but would like to avoid future issues. Just try a second time and write to WAEC a second time. It was hard, but then I had to go back, and then I cleared the D7 from my results. So I also, within that period, I got admission again to study political science in Abia State University. That's it, basically. So during that's what just happened. Trying to clear the D7 from my results, and then getting the admission to study political science, and then the opportunity to study in India, which came later on in 2014.
Scholarship? Was it a scholarship?
No, it wasn't a scholarship.
Okay, so, I mean, you were very good with your schoolwork. So what happened with the grade and the government?
I don't really know. Somehow I figured that the people I met there studying law also had the same thing. They had the same result, but my dad is very, I don't know how to say, I don't know the adjective to use. Yes, futuristic, and he just wants everything to be perfect. He's kind of a perfectionist, so it'll be like, I know you can use this if you try looking for admission with this result. Your result is good enough. If you try looking for admission with it, you can get. But what if? So in order to prevent the what ifs and the whole thing in the future, it's like, just try it, you get it. And that's how it all happened.
All right, we've got a young lawyer with me here in the studio. Esther is her name, and we're talking about her journey. She's a lawyer now. How? I spoke to her earlier and said, you say you're a barrister? You're done with law school, right?
I'm done with law school.
So what are you doing now?
I'm serving in Aquari Bomb, precisely Ministry of Justice UU.
Okay. She had to make this journey. So we'll play that commercial and we'll keep talking. If you have questions or contributions, it's live on our Facebook page at Nigerian for PH. Otherwise, WhatsApp 08090306416. The lines will be open after the commercial. Do stay tuned. My name is Eno Gwevire.
This is the Morning Crossfire on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Bringing you on radio this morning, Barrister Esther Chukwuemeka. She's the youngest lawyer called to bar from Obahu Community, Okigwe local government area of Imo State, and she joins me in the studio. She's told us a bit about her journey, how she got into secondary school at age 9, got out of secondary school at 15, got into university at the age of 17, and you studied abroad.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is that?
In India, ma'am.
So how was that experience? How different was it from what you were used to here, or what you went through here?
Okay, the best thing about studying abroad, India specifically, is the absence of strike. Yes. Once they tell you it's 5 years, you get your 5 years, except you have the carryovers and the backlogs. Aside that, there are no issues. Or the crises we get in the north, we don't get them there. You just have your time.
The teaching, I'm talking about the teaching, the learning process.
Then the learning process. Hence, I studied in a law school. They teach us in English, not the native language. And then somehow I think you also get, you don't have to sort and stuff like that. You get what you wrote. We really didn't know how they graded us, because you think one thing and it's another thing. So we're just concerned about studying and then putting in our best, and whatever it is we got, we accepted it, and there was also room for revaluation. Sometimes if you feel you didn't get what you wrote, you can apply to the university to remark your result. I don't know if there's such facility here in Nigeria. Yeah, the teaching was quite good, and then they had the teaching system, not the lecture system. In essence, they get to impact knowledge. It's more like spoon feeding you. They teach you, you can ask questions if you don't understand. Just the way they teach us in law school, they'll teach you, they'll ask you questions, you can ask them questions. Unlike where someone will just come into the class and give you a topic, go study, or give you an assignment, go study. They wanted to make sure that you got what you came for. Yeah.
All right. So how was your law school experience? I mean, yeah, you were there for 5 years and you came here and you had to go to law school. How was that experience?
Law school experience is really nice. I enjoyed it from the bar one. But the part one was in Abuja. Yes, that's where foreign trained lawyers are educated on the Nigerian legal system and others. Then we have the bar part 2 after you pass the bar part 1. So the bar part 1 was nice. I had my cousin there who helped me cope with who I just came back from Nigeria. I really didn't know how to relate it. Yeah, I came back to Nigeria, from India. I didn't really know how to relate with everybody, so he helped me socialize. And then when I went to Yola campus for my bar part 2, we had the community, the bar part 1 students that were posted to Yola. We became a family, and that helped, that eased the stress, that eased the tension, the pressure, because we really studied somewhere else. We just had 3 months crash course on the Nigerian legal system. Now coming to meet people who have already been trained, you get, for the past 5 years, there was a lot of pressure, there was a lot of tension, but we, as a family, we had to talk to ourselves that we can do this. We had to tell ourselves that we can actually. So we had fun, we studied, and at the long run, we also associated with other Nigerian trained students, and it was a good experience. I met a lot of people, and I learned a lot.
What was your grade like?
What was
your grade like?
Okay, I had the second class lower. Yes.
You're cool with that?
I am, because we have the negative marking where you're graded by your lowest score. So when it's just like having 4 A's and you have an F, or you have a D and you have a
and that messes up.
Yes,
the
and
D
you
messes
get
up the whole thing.
Yes.
Right.
So I was just happy.
Okay, so messages. This one says, I like her father's courage. Young barrister, channel your efforts to help the country in corruption. See at a higher level. This is Facebook at Nigeria Info PH. Get the full comments on WhatsApp. We're also there. If you'd like to call in to ask Esther a question, 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, 0817 923 0009. How did you cope in India? You were young. You left, and you were without your family, right?
Yes.
How did you cope?
I had my senior colleagues from secondary school there. Oh. Yes.
Okay.
So we were like a family also.
Kelechi says the decision to retake your wife was the needed clay mixture that molded your confidence and can-do spirit, which finally diminished the childish feelings in you. Did anybody tell you that she had childish feelings? And position has a champion she is today. Parents should discourage promotion at all costs if they wish their wards well. Oh, well, valid point there. Elizabeth would like to know how old you are. Do you want to share?
Okay, I'm 24 years old.
She's 24 years old.
Yes.
Joshua is calling from Childa. Joshua, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
Morning, sir.
Yes, this is the barrister. Good morning, barrister. I want to appreciate the courage of the father and the zeal of the barrister, but I'm so much concerned about the corruption in our country. So I want to ask, how can she cope? Because we all are aware that the bar system is somehow. So how can she cope? Having this pure mind now and starting now, how can she cope working with men that are corrupt? That's my question.
All right. She's smiling. Esther?
Okay. I don't really know how to answer that right now, but I feel when we get there, we'll cross the bridge. I've already begun with debunking a misrepresentation about me. I think by God's grace, I'll be able to bypass the corruption. I don't know, but God's grace, that's all I can say.
Amen. Emmanuel says, please ask her if she'll send her children to secondary school from primary 3, and if she'll encourage other parents to do so today.
Okay, so people differ. You know who your child is. My parents were confident that I can do this. Don't push your child. Don't pressure her into doing. Don't pressure him or her into doing what they cannot do. Just let them flow. Let them be children. Let them be who they are. My parents knew that this is who I am. I can do it. That's why they did it. Don't do because someone else did. That's for me. If I feel my child is bright enough and can do it, I'll get you into there instead of diminishing what you have already.
Okay, so young barrister, it trended online that you were denied admission into the Abia State University because of age. What is the true position on this?
Yeah, I wasn't denied admission because of my age. I actually got the admission to study political science, but the only issue is that I didn't get what I applied for.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Abia Andy says, that says it all. I was almost thinking she was too young. She's too young, but her experience abroad says it all. The exposure is immeasurable. What a growing woman and girl of value. Wow, this girl is good. Forum sent that injustice. That's another matter. Congrats to the young lawyer. Government in Nigeria don't support production. We have the capacity to turn things around through massive production. Our governors keep making straight bridges instead of thinking of industries. Empower young engineers to venture into production, give them grants, and our economy will be better. You have a question? Oh, okay.
I said, of course.
All right, you have a question for Esther? 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, 0817 923 0009 are the numbers to call. Kanu Atta likes your courage. Kelechi Kenneth says, please be focused and join hands with other good lawyers out there to make our judiciary good. Uche Ken Chai, commendable and congratulations. Poverty is a bastard. What if the parents didn't have money to fly her abroad? Above all, her father was too courageous. More grace, my darling. Emmanuel Lumor on Facebook. I love my granddaughter to be as bright as you. May God bless you. I charge you to discharge your duties with the fear of God. Chama Christian, send that in. Congratulations, Leonard Cancel. Burst Chingiri, send that in. Okay. Congrats, Esther, which means star. You truly shine beyond, brighter in the nation and beyond. opportunities will emerge for you to correct a lot of abnormalities in this country. That's Opavi Orugbani. Congrats, future Nigerian leader. I love you, Emmanuel Umo. Congrats on your achievement. That will go right in. Please ask her if she has decided where to venture into. A state prosecutor, private practice. She hopes to enter into state prosecution. What aspect of our current practice we should hope to change, which she thinks will make our judiciary more efficient?
Okay, I'll venture into the business sector, the corporate sector, because of my passion to grow and encourage industrialization in Nigeria. That's what I'll be doing. But then if I have the opportunity to go into litigation, if I have any litigation work, I'll do it to the best of my ability. But this industrialization is my main target because I don't want my children to suffer. Yeah.
Do you have any Nigerian lawyer who's in this line that you look up to right now?
Okay, right now, the lawyer I look up to is my lecturers in law school, and right now I have this lecturer, Mr. Apollos Dimas. This man, he teaches us with so much passion, and then encourages us to apply the same passion into our profession. So that's, I don't know about a lot of lawyers in Nigeria, but this particular man is someone I admire. And then he has this uncle that is an ACN that also does his work passionately. That's basically it. No, here in Nigeria, yes, he's in Jos. He's, I don't particularly know his name, but then he's a role model to me. I like to understudy him too.
All right. Edward says, prove to the world that age is not a limitation. The youths are indeed the engine of development. Congrats, Barrister Esther Chukwuemeka. You'd like to call 0817-923-0002. I'll take a few calls. Well done. I'm proud of you. Didymus Utwebe says, Mr. Odu, congratulations. This is good. We have Oyewo. Congrats, my young barrister. May God's word guide and emulate your path as you practice. Good luck. Let's see. Let's go back to WhatsApp at this time. Truly a remarkable achievement at this age, says Tex from Uyigbo. Barrister Esther, I'm happy you studied abroad and in an English-speaking and British colonized country. Do the justice systems of Nigeria and India compare? What difference did you notice in the justice delivery in India that can be imbibed in Nigeria, which will make the judiciary better?
Okay, the main thing, still talking about the corporate sector, I admire their labor laws. Okay, their legislations regarding consumer services, consumer protection, and then their legislation, the corporate sector. Yeah, their company law, especially their labor laws. When you look into the labor laws in India, you see that employees are protected a lot. Okay, not to the prejudice of employers, no, but they strike this balance. You're working for me, I'm working for you, we are benefiting. Without me you can't do anything, without you I can't do anything. So if we can if we can amend our labor laws, our labor legislations to be better, to marry each other mutually, it'll be better, other than someone up there getting more than their worth. Because if the employers are not doing their best, you're not getting what you're supposed to get. But if these people are doing their best and you're getting what you're supposed to get, what is bad in giving them a good working condition? Do you get? Paying them their efforts worth, I'll say. Not sweating for how many hours and then just getting groundnuts, peanuts for a salary. So that's one of the things I'd also encourage Nigeria to do. Amend our labor laws. So
but people argue that we have laws, so the problem is implementation.
Yeah, implementation. Yeah, and there are a lot of lacunas in our laws. If we can, there are lacunas in every law basically, but if you can fix the irregularities, and especially as you said, implementation. We have a very bad implementation system. If you can implement these things, we'll be better.
Okay, Chris is in room. I say final call this morning. Hello, Chris.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I want to ask the young lawyer if she would like to marry me.
Why would she marry you? What's your? Give us your credentials.
No, I want to ask her if you are.
No, she can't. She can't. When she was going to study, she's chose law now. She didn't just go to university to study anything. So give us your credentials. Let's know you. Oh yeah.
But is she ready for marriage? I would like to have something like
the simple question I've asked you've not been able to answer. You don't deserve a lawyer. You deserve jail time. Oh my, she's 24. Well, let me ask, since we're in Nigeria, and for most people everything starts and ends in marriage.
Not for me, though.
Okay, all right. I think that answers it. Elder Felix Odungweru says, God bless and protect you in all your endeavors. Congratulations to Barrister Esther Chukwuemeka for this outstanding achievement. Alfred Somairi sent that in from Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Good morning. Congratulations to the lawyer in the studio.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. I pray you succeed in Nigeria.
Man.
Because our country and our law and the way the judiciary is being run, it's not easy here. But I just wish you good luck. You sound so bright, and I'm very happy for you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for calling. My final question will have to do with, your age, your size, and, some of the misconceptions and challenges that the hurdles you had to cross, in becoming. Tell us about it.
Okay, right now, like I said before, I'm 24 years old. I turned 24 in February, yes. And then my size, I'm quite small, like you can see. I look like a 15-year-old child. I can comfortably, yes.
Secondary school girl.
Yeah, secondary school, and no one will notice. The hardest I've had to cross is accepting my size, because people sometimes humiliate me. I've gone through a lot of humiliations because of my size. Sometimes I want to talk and someone wants to shun me, and the way they'll talk to someone who is bigger isn't the way they'll talk to me. But I saw this quote that when you accept your weakness, no one can bully you with that. Yes. So I had to accept that I'm small. So even when you tell me, will you want to grow taller or bigger, I'm like, nah. If I grow taller, fine. If I grow bigger, fine. But I'm okay with the way I am. And since then, I accepted it, and I've been bragging with it wherever I go. That is why my page is Little Barrister Esther. Someone asked me, you're not little, you have a lot. I'm like, there's so much behind that little. People have so much. People have so wanted to bring me down because of my size and because of how I look, my stature. But I can't let them do that to me, so I've owned up to it.
All right, so other people who might be facing some challenge because of their size. I mean, even in Nigeria, the political sphere, you're too young to do this, you're too young to do that. Address that for us, please.
I don't think anyone is too young to do anything so long as they can do it. Like, my parents believe that I can do it, and that is why they encourage me. Other people, my friends, believe I can do it, and that is why they've always supported me. If you feel, don't think someone like this Igbo adage, yes.
Supple.
So also, okay, what it means in English is the fact that you're tall enough doesn't mean you're grown. You might be physically grown, but mentally you're not up there. Yes. So politically, even if we can, there is this legislation, Too Young to Rule Act, where that encourages young ones into politics. If we can implement that, there are so many bright youths out there. When you see what youths are doing with the little they have, you'll be like, what are these old men and women doing up there?
All right. Final message. Rosemary Wiley says, Barrister Esther, I love your courage. You've really exhibited the character of a bold and confident woman. Keep living your dream, my girl. Only greatness lies ahead of you. Thank you, Esther, for honoring us this morning with your time on Nigerian Info.
Thank you so much.
My name is Enigma. What's your Facebook handle again?
Okay, my Facebook handle is Esther Chukwuemeka, and my Facebook page is Little Barrister Esther.
All right. That's a wrap on the Crossfire this week. Thank you for joining me. Good morning.